Hello. Tonight's story is Grandpa's Shed. We like the Grandpa stories. On Monday, Grandpa said, "I think I'll clean out my shed today." "That's a good idea," said Grandma. "Would you like me to help?" "No, thank you, dear. I can manage. I'll have it shipshape in no time," Grandpa told her, and off he went. Grandpa opened the door of the shed. "Oh dear, what a muddle," he exclaimed. He wheeled out the lawnmower and he cleaned the blades and oiled the wheels and filled the tank with petrol, and then Grandpa looked at the lawn. I might as well mow the grass while I'm at it," he said. So he mowed the lawn and clipped the edges and swept the paths, and when he'd finished he wiped the mower and wheeled it back into the shed. "I'll clean out the shed tomorrow," he said to himself as he closed the door. On Tuesday, Grandpa said, "I'll carry on cleaning out the shed today." "That's good," said Grandma. "Would you like some help?" "No, thank you, dear. I can manage. I'll have it shipshape in no time," Grandpa told her. He took out his gardening tools and leaned them against the wall. He sharpened the shovel and cleaned the rake and the fork, and then Grandpa looked around the garden. I might as well dig over the vegetable patch while I'm at it," he decided. So he dug and he weeded and he raked, and when he'd finished he washed the shovel and put all his tools back in the shed. "I'll clean out the shed tomorrow," he said to himself as he closed the door. On Wednesday, Grandpa said, "I'll do some more work in the shed today." "All right," said Grandma. "I'll help if you like." "No, thank you, dear. I can manage. I'll have it shipshape in no time," Grandpa told her. He lifted down boxes of nails and tins of screws from a shelf, and then he found a jar full of packets of seeds. There were carrots and parsnips, beans and radishes, and even some sunflower seeds. Grandpa looked at his newly dug patch of garden. "Might as well plant some of these seeds while I'm at it," he said. And he made neat roads with a stick, and then he sowed the little seeds and patted them down carefully, and when he finished he put the jar and the boxes and the tins back on the shelf. "I'll clean out the shed tomorrow," he said to himself as he closed the door. On Thursday, Grandpa said, "I'll finish cleaning the shed today." "Are you sure I can't help?" said Grandma. "No, thank you, dear. I can manage. I'll have it shipshape in no time," Grandpa told her. He pulled out a stack of old timber. "I might as well fix that broken fence while I'm at it," thought Grandpa. He pulled out the old boards, cut new ones to fit, and hammered them into place. And when he'd finished, he hung up his saw and hammer and put the timber back into the bench. "Right," he said to himself as he closed the door. "I really must clean the shed out tomorrow." On Friday, Grandpa said, "I still have a little bit of work to do in my shed." "Oh dear," said Grandma. "I'm very happy to give you a hand." "No, thank you, dear. I can manage. I'll have it shipshape in no time," Grandpa told her. He took down some old tins of paint, and there was brown paint and green paint, white paint and red paint. Some tins were nearly full and some were nearly empty. Grandpa shook all the tins and opened them, and he stirred the paints with small sticks. "Might as well paint that mended fence while I'm at it," he said. So he painted the fence, and then he painted the bird bath and the clothesline pole, and when he finished he washed the brushes, stuck the cans back on the shelf. "What a muddle! I'll definitely clean it all out tomorrow," he said as he closed the door. On Saturday, Grandpa said, "Let's try and get that shed finished today." "It's been a big job," said Grandma. "Surely I can help." "Well, I think perhaps I would like some help after all." Grandma looked into the shed. "Oh dear, what a muddle," she said. "First of all, we'll take everything out." "Everything?" said Grandpa. "Yes, everything," said Grandma. Out came the lawnmower and the garden tools, the stack of timber and the pots of paint, and Grandpa took it down his tools and Grandma cleared the shelves. Before long they had a great big pile on the lawn. Then Grandma cleaned out the cobwebs and wiped the dust off the shelves, and Grandpa swept the floor and washed the bench. "There," said Grandma. "Isn't that much better?" Grandpa was amazed. "Thank you," he said. "I didn't know I had such a big shed." "Well, I'll leave you to put it all back. Most of this stuff can be recycled," said Grandma. Grandpa worked his way through the pile and finally called Grandma to come and have a look. She stood at the door of the shed. What a surprise! Grandpa had put everything back, exactly as it had been before. He had thrown nothing away. "What about all that rubbish?" said Grandma. "Rubbish? It's not rubbish," said Grandpa. "Those are my things. You never know when I might need my things." He smiled and he looked around his shed. "I just like it," he said proudly. On Sunday, Grandpa looked in the cupboard under the stairs. "Oh dear, what a muddle," he said. Then he said to Grandma, I think I'll clean out this cupboard next. Oh, no, you won't, said Grandma. You leave my cupboard alone. It's just how I like it. Have you got a messy space in your house that you just like? I've got lots of messy spaces and I know exactly what's in them and I love them. Night, night, and God bless you. See ya.